Welcome to the Car Guys Garage and welcome to an update on the cars that I'm looking to buy in 2021. Some of the opportunities that have come up, the ones I'm going to go for and the ones I'm not. You join me here at the Car Guys Garage. Now this place unfortunately has not seen much action in the last few months, mainly because of lockdowns and poor weather, but I admit I have not driven some of these cars at all, in some cases since the last time they were serviced, which I'm afraid is unforgivable, but hopefully we will rectify that over the next few months. This week I thought I'd give you a mini update on the cars that are most definitely coming to the Car Guys Garage and one or two little opportunities that have come up along the way. If you remember when we did the full update of 2021 cars, at that point there were no cars coming to the garage. So which cars have we already down to get and we're just waiting for them to be delivered?
Okay, here we go.
Drum roll please.
Absolutely none.
None.
Nothing.
None.
No.
None. And regular viewers will know that some have already crept in. First up is my GR Yaris. Yes, that's right. You know from the GR Yaris episode that I was enamoured with that car. I absolutely loved it. Do you know what? I'm seriously thinking about getting myself one of these. Maybe I'll get a black or red one and then Jason and we can go off and have some adventures. And although I probably could borrow Jason's car anytime I want, the trouble is he's driving it all the flipping time. So I said that most likely I was going to get my own car, and in fact I placed an order right at the start of the year for a black car, and initially it was going to arrive in May 2021, which I was extremely excited about because immediately I started thinking, well, Jason and I, we could take them out, we could do road trips, perhaps we could drive around Europe, do all sorts of adventures in the two cars, compare them, race them, all that sort of stuff. However, I got a bit of bad news a few weeks ago from Toyota. They said, unfortunately, Mr. Butt, due to a clerical logistical error, we've cocked up our allocations for the UK, and unfortunately your GR Yaris is now not going to arrive until December. So really I've got to decide now whether I still want to keep that car, whether I want to wait that long, or whether I perhaps want to pick up another one from maybe collecting cars, or come to think of it, if it's the end of the year, should I wait until 2022 when apparently there's an even hotter GR Yaris on the way? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. At the moment the order's still in, but I have to say my gut feel was to cancel it immediately because I just didn't want to wait that long. I really wanted it for the summer, something to look forward to. Another car that you're now familiar with is my 917 Junior. That car obviously arrived this year and is parked just behind the camera. I've been having a whale of a time in that little big kid's toy. It's great just to look at in the garage, but also I can take it out of the Car Guys Garage and drive around, have a fantastic time. There's a few more adventures to come, and maybe at some point in the future we should get maybe another one or one of Half-Scale Cars' other cars and maybe have some races. What do you reckon? Interested in that? A couple of cars I looked at but missed out on recently, impulse buys. A 190e 2.5 Cosworth, had tartan interior, had the wood, quite low miles, it was on collecting cars. Fantastic car, just missed out on that one, unfortunately. Also, I have to admit, I did do a cheeky bid on that custom yellow 964 RS that they had on collecting cars as well. You can tell I'm spending a lot of time on there, can't you? That car went all the way up to, I think, £170,000. I dropped out, I think, around about 100, but I did have a great time bidding on the car because the person I was bidding against, we were going up in increments of 911 model range. So for example, 15,993, 20,996, 25,997. You get the picture. I do want a 964 RS, but I've got to try and find that magical one of the right colour, the right mileage, the right history, and from someone I trust. I've no doubt at some point in the Car Guys garage there will be a 964 RS, but at the moment it's still eluded me. And what else to tell you about? Oh yes, that's right, the Lotus. Well, many of you will have seen my episode on the Lotus Final Editions and whether I should get my first ever brand new Lotus before they stop making petrol only variants. They're then of course moving to hybrid and full electric, but I'm not very interested in those cars. So true to my word, I went out and test drove one of those cars. So here we are guys, I am in a Lotus. This is a 220 Sport, not the 240 Final Edition, but I'm going to take it out for a test drive, get a feel of the car and see whether it's something that I actually want to proceed with. And I sort of decided that yes, I think it would be a great thing for the Car Guys garage and a great thing for me personally to have a Final Edition Lotus Elise 240. So I have put down the deposit for one of those cars and I have one of the very last build slots. I mean, I'm not joking. The day after I put the deposit down, the dealer phoned me to say that all the cars had now been sold and that was it. So I got in just in time. The big issue now is of course the spec. Do I go for something nostalgic and classic, a classic Formula One inspired racing livery, or do I go for one of the more modern hues and just make it nice and crisp and futuristic? So that's the real dilemma. I've only got about a week until I have to get the spec in, so unfortunately I'm going to have to get my skates on, but I'm quite looking forward to that because that car will arrive in May 2021, so just in time for the summer, a brand new Lotus for the Car Guys garage. How about them apples? As we look around the Car Guys garage right now, you can see there's quite a lot of old friends here. Behind the camera, you've got my Land Rover Series 2A. I have the McLaren 675 LT, which I really need to take out soon. So I'm going to do that probably in the next couple of weeks. I've got my Honda NSX, which again, cruelly, has not been driven much since it had that full detail and paint correction and had all the scratches removed. So I really need to drive that as well. I've got the Balboni next to me here, which needs an MOT. Probably some of the others do as well. I'm going to take out this 718 Spider right now, so I'm going to have a great time. It's a sunny day, so I'm going to take that out for a blast. I've brought the GT3 Touring with me, so I'm going to swap those round. Renault Clio Williams, again, has been criminally underdriven because since I bought it, it's either been raining or we've been locked down. So that's going to need a little bit of fun as well. It needs new tyres because the tyres on it are totally rubbish. Speciale Aperta I've not driven for ages. 1989 Porsche Turbo needs a service and an MOT and needs to be driven. 355's not been driven for ages. And the 458 has been driven a lot and is very dirty. Also my Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe, that's not been driven for quite a long time as well. In fact, not since it's been serviced. And I still need to remove the wrap and tart up my 750 BMW. And I've got to get that Honda Prelude sold as well because I'm just not driving it. So I have to say it's a pretty poor showing at the Car Guys right now, but for very understandable reasons. Hopefully as society starts to open up again, we can start taking some of these cars on adventures, but I will pledge here and now that I'm going to take out a different car every week at least from now on and get some miles under their belts. So there's an awful lot of activity that's coming to the Car Guys garage very soon with all of these cars. Let me know in the comments which are your favourites, which ones you'd like to see out on the road. The Pista Spider at the moment and Maybach are pretty much my dailies, but I do like to rotate them where possible. Oh yeah, and for those of you that are watching to the end of this video, thank you very much for sticking with us. Here's a little treat for you. There is one more car coming to the Car Guys garage in the future. I am sworn to secrecy. I cannot tell you anything about it except that I'm lucky enough to be getting one. Can't say any more than that. Hopefully we'll find out some more information about it soon. But there is one more big announcement on its way in 2021. So there you go. That is the cars that I've got confirmed coming to the garage in 2021 and possibly 2022. Obviously more could come in. The value of your garage can go up as well as down. Hope you enjoyed this mini update, and please let us know what cars you want to drive more often from the Car Guys garage, and by all means speculate away on what cars you think are coming and what spec you think I should do for the Lotus Elise. Please subscribe, leave comments and likes. There'll be another Car Guys episode along next week.